Alright guys, this is going to be a classic Ryu pose. So I'll pose the character out. I just need to bring this back in a bit. So what we'll do, get your characters and just start posing out like this. Yeah, that's a bit better. I just wanted a little just want to check that the character's in balance. So we'll just move this forward a bit. That looks pretty cool. So I just moved the poses. So I've got my reference here as well. Now if you look at the reference, the timing, up, down, down, do, do. That's the timing we're trying to get. Okay, so get your character into that pose. You know, just move it around. So what I just moved this out, getting it to the right pose. So once you've got the right pose, then I'll show you how to start animating. So first thing I'm going to do is start with the base. So you just want to make that going up and down. So what we'll do, we'll key at 1 and we'll key at 24. And then let's check this out. What's up, hold down, hold down. Okay, so it's going like up, up there, like that, yeah? But it's a bit quicker, so what we'll do, we'll just grab all this, move it in a bit. So let's move it to 20, let's see how that feels. 20. That feels a bit better. And we'll move it here. So we've got central gravity, isn't it? That's the main thing. The hips, we want to make sure that's moving properly. Up and down. So we want that breathing. Okay. And then let's check it out. Let's check out what else is happening. All right, so it's that chest, yeah? So let's check out the chest. So we'll key at the start and at the end. And we also want the chest to kind of breathe. So I'll just do it in, which is fine. We'll just do it in that. And what we'll do, we'll cycle and offset. We're just getting the movements in first. So it's going up. And then maybe like this way as well. Let's get rid of that way. We'll just do it up and down, yeah? So it's just on that axis. Yeah? And then what else? What else is here? Let's see the shoulders. So let's get both of the shoulders and just rotate it in X. So what we'll do, we'll key at the start here and then we'll go up, up, yeah, and then let's see. So I know everything's happening at the same time, but that's fine. We're just blocking it all out at the moment. Okay. And even the head, let's just put a bit in the head. Key the front and the side. Actually, you know what? Let's select all of the character and just key the front and the last keys. So we don't have to keep on doing it. Same thing here. We can always make the changes later, but we'll have him coming up. Yeah, so that timing feels right to me. So if we go back to our Ken Ryu, that. Let's check it out. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see. how this is. Okay, feels about right. So then what we'll do with the arms, same thing. Move this back. Move this back as well. And the wrist a little bit. Even the other one, move it back. So we're all just doing it all blocked at the moment. Right? Move this in a bit. Out slightly, don't want it too much. So we've got the timing right. But I think there's too much movement. Let's undo all those arm movements. I think there's too much. Yeah. So what we'll do. Slightly. That's a bit better. See the upper moving up. Let's just move this back down and we'll just move the forearm a bit more. Okay, now like we did before, so if we select all the controls, go into the graph area and let's go to cycle. So let's cycle on both sides. Now let's also rotate. Let's rotate this as well. Yeah, let's rotate that. And a little bit of rotation on the bottom one. Yeah, so we've got that as a basis, right? Now what we can do, we can start, let me just select all that and cycle everything again. Cycle, so everything's cycled. So what we'll do now, let's bring this mic forward a bit. So what we can do now, we can start offsetting, right? So we can start coming in to the mid section, and we can be like, all right, let's offset that by 1, right? And then let's offset, or grab the one, shift and press middle mouse button, and that will move it forward. Yeah, so I moved that I moved the bottom one by 1, the other one by 2, and I moved this one by 3. So you're offsetting it by 1 frame. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's the head. So if we look now, there's a bit more of a delay, you see? So that's all we did. We're just delaying it. And then we'll start doing the shoulders. We want the shoulders. So if we select the shoulders, and let's delay the shoulders by 1. Then we select the upper arms, and let's delay that by 1, 2. The lower arms, select both of them, forearms, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And the hands, will delay them by 5. Because they're cycled, it won't matter the start and end frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll match. So if we look now, see, you've got like a pose working there, and it's all offset, so it's ready. And then what we can do, we can start playing around with, now we can start playing around with the knees now. So if we come back to the knees here, so look at these knees, we can be like, you know, maybe it comes in a bit, maybe that comes out a bit. So We've got that. And then what we can do with this is we can offset one of them as well. So we can check this one. We can make sure we cycle. We can offset 1. See how that feels. Because it's breaking it up a bit, yeah? Or the other thing we can do is if we undo that, and then if we come here, we can be like, all right, out. Delete that other one you had. You can be like out. And as it comes down, in. So there's a little bit of a lock. Yeah, there's a bit of movement there. So that breaks it up as well. Same thing with this one. So we can delete this. We can go out. We might want to go in a bit. And then come out. And then you might want to, because it's happening at the same time, then you're just getting one of them. And you just offset that. So if we cycle that. 1, 2. Offset it by 2. Let's have a look. Right, and then even the hips. Look at the hips. Let's check these hips out. We could even make the down a bit more. So let's check this out. How's it looking? Or the up, sorry, the up. So we could make it a bit more higher. And maybe even bring it down a bit more. So he's breathing more. See, that kind of goes a bit more. Yeah, the knees might be a bit too much. So we can do, that's the good thing is when you push these poses, it's kind of good because then you can just tone it down. So you just tone everything down. You can just move all the controls, just tone it. And if you play it again, okay, I think this one's a bit too much, so we can bring that down. Yeah, you see? And then what we'll do, we'll do the same on here. As you see that? It's not matching, so we need to match. Remember we talked about it in the tangents? We'll do that at the end, we'll polish that. But for now, we just got the basic movement. And what we can do, Control F, Alt F, I'm pressing to flatten. And I'm pressing this to flatten it. The curves. So it's still moving round. And then we can look at the other controls. Be like, okay, let's check out the tangents. Oh, these are not matching. Bring it down, tone it down, tone it down. Tone this down. Tone this down. Bring this down, okay? So you've got that kind of a pose happening. The Ryu pose. So you've got that. I'm trying to keep it true to this. Up. I think I can just get his shoulders a little bit higher. But we'll do that too. I think the hips are holding a bit more, so we can do that. So we'll go into that and do that. So we'll start polishing that more in the next class. What we'll do, we'll look at the reference and we'll start polishing it to make just the camera a bit more truer. Okay, so that's your basic. You're getting your poses and offsetting, and then we'll start polishing.